Wow, we've come a long way. Hi everyone, my name is Jill Engel and I'm the Executive Director of the Partnership for the Arts and Humanities. We are the proud owners of the 14-acre parcel in Canton Township that includes the National Historic Cherry Hill Ford Factory Complex. This was Henry Ford's final, most unique, and least publicized village industry, comprised of the dormitory and factory. Today, I'd like to tell you about the history, plans, and progress that we have made with our Veterans Dormitory. Built in the early 1900s, the dormitory was originally a creamery in the village of Cherry Hill. Henry Ford had purchased the dairy building in 1943 and moved it to its Canton location. Ford then transformed the creamery into a residence hall for several workers at his Cherry Hill plant. The 2,600 square foot dormitory housed 18 to 22 disabled World War II veterans. During our planning phase in 2014, Michigan State University students came up with this great idea of offering art therapy to veterans in the dormitory. This would tie our landmark back to its original heritage and bring Henry Ford's vision full circle. The Partnership Board loved this idea, and it's been part of our programming ever since. In 2017, we finalized the tenant for this building, who will be Eisenhower Center from Ann Arbor. Eisenhower Center is a traumatic brain injury rehabilitation and recovery center that offers programs such as After the Impact. This is a transitional program that provides enhancement treatments such as music, art, and recreational therapy. Just recently, it was decided that this facility is going to be utilized specifically to support female veterans. Isn't that amazing? So let's give you an update on what the partnership has accomplished so far. I could tell you about the building and site designs, the structural, mechanical, and electric engineering, permits, grant writing, private fundraising, contractors hired, coordination of donated materials and services, but that's just not the fun stuff. So, the very first task of the construction prep was actually interior demolition. We actually began this process with a group of volunteers, including our friends from the Mannequin Smith Group and myself. We started this with the ceiling and found out that there were 4 layers. So when the materials all fell to the ground, we were literally knee-deep in debris. It was a mess. So we decided to have this completed by a professional company instead. Next up were the windows, which are the original windows that needed to be preserved. In 2016, the partnership connected with an organization called Zero Day. They offered paid apprenticeship opportunities to Michigan's veterans. Zero Day veterans removed all the windows from the dormitory and they took the windows back to their Silver Star workshop in Battle Creek to refurbish them and paint them. Later that spring, they returned back to our site to prep and paint the windowsills and reinstall the windows. This task was funded with a $20,000 community grant from the Ford Motor Company Fund. Early in 2017, Zero Day was back at the dormitory again to gather all of the exterior doors and kitchen cabinets. They were loaded onto a trailer and taken to the workshop to complete. Then came some grant funding work. Our organization received a $75,000 community block development grant to put towards the elevator and the electric installation in the dormitory. That same spring, the entire interior of the dormitory was reframed by APCOR Construction and Development. Plumbing was completed, insulation was done, the drywall was hung. It was actually starting to look like a dormitory again. In October, 25 volunteers from the Ford Motor Company came to spend the day with us. Their project was to paint the entire dormitory in just one day. It was an amazing group effort. We knew that we would not be able to paint until all of the rotted out wood, porch pillars, and gutters were back in good condition. As we entered 2018, DTE Energy completed the gas hookup for the heat to be turned on, and Manns Lumber and Millwork was able to install the interior doors and trim throughout the entire building, which, by the way, were all donated by Manns Lumber. A few other donors for this building that I would like to mention are the Mannequin Smith Group, our architect Brad Cambridge, MSA Delivery Service, Reliable Carriers, Motor Cities National Heritage Area, Jack Demer Ford, GFL Environmental, Wade Trim, and there are a few more. So, let's see. Are you ready for the tour? Well, come on, let's go. Hey everybody, we are here in the Veterans Dormitory over at 250 Ridge Road South, and super excited to show you the actual progress and where we're at right now. So I'm actually standing in the front gathering room of the Veterans Dormitory. We have done the new windows, we have drywall and paint, and these gorgeous windows with their trim all up. We are now in one of the 4 offices that are on the upper level of the Veterans Dormitory. We did the same paint color throughout this entire building, so it's a light shade of green, something very peaceful. And the trim is not painted yet. It's actually gonna be a dark brown. It's beautiful. So we're gonna have the green walls, dark brown trim, but the interior doors are all up in all 4 of the offices. The base trim is up, the window trim is up, the windows are redone. So this used to be 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms on this upper level, and now it's an elevator, 1 bathroom, and 4 offices. So again, pretty exciting. We changed the layout. Since it's not a residence anymore, there's no closets. So again, 4 offices, 1 bathroom, large gathering room, and an elevator. And that's our upstairs floor. Okay, so we're gonna head downstairs to the lower level of this Veterans Dormitory, and that is where the new entryway is going to be, as well as our kitchen. So we are now in the room that is going to be the kitchen. And the kitchen cupboards and cabinets are here. They were refinished, they were repainted, they look absolutely gorgeous. And we're excited. Once they're installed, they'll be up on the walls, they'll be down below. We'll have the rest of the fixtures in the kitchen installed. So this is gonna be great, and they're original. They are back from in the early 1940s, and this was part of the historic structure report of the things that we had to refinish and make sure that we were preserving the correct way. So even down to the correct paint color, we had to make sure that we had the selection correct. We took a look at the fixtures, the hardware that went on these kitchen cupboards. So down to the last detail, we wanted to make sure to preserve this and restore it the correct way. So lots of progress again, really exciting that this got done, and it's going to look amazing once they are up and installed in this room. We only have a couple of areas still to finish. Kitchen, bathrooms, flooring, and then we should be all set. I want to thank everybody for coming today. The Partnership for the Arts and Humanities thanks you all for coming and checking out our progress. And we hope that you continue to follow us and what we're doing at the Village Arts Factory, and especially for this Veterans Dormitory that's going to be offering services to female veterans in this building. So sign up for our monthly newsletter, check out our photo galleries and progress on our website, partnershipforarts.org, and continue to follow us and support us. Thank you all so much. Have an awesome day.